Hello, all my viewers. Today I want to talk about a day in the life of a single mom. Why? Because I've been a single mom and I know how difficult it can be. Being a mother is the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life. Sure, I've done things like I've been able to professionally record some of my songs that I've written, which is amazing, and I've been able to publish some of my poems in a children's book. Um, that was one of my lifelong goals and dreams is I would write poetry for my children. And then when my daughter became an adult, she got together with her three best friends from high school, and created um, they created their own publishing company, which I thought was so cool. And I was so proud of my daughter. But she took one of my poems that I wrote when she was a child, and it was one of her favorite ones that I wrote, and she turned it into a book for me. And it's like, how cool. It was just such a great accomplishment, and it was so fun to do that with her. But my greatest accomplishment is that of being a mother. Um, and most women feel that that's instilled inside of them, that innate desire and goal of being a mother. I mean, that's and there's more to us than just that. I realize we are a whole person with so many unique abilities and gifts and talents and goals and dreams. And I am here to tell you that it's hard when you're a full-time mom and you don't have time for yourself. But it's so important to give time to yourself so that you can give more to your kids and your family. But I had to learn the lesson that you have to learn to love yourself in order to love others more fully. Um, I'm still working on that, but I'm trying. My goal is to try to help women, especially yes, men too, but I can relate more to women because I am one and because I've been through that process of trying to find my value as a woman and not just a stay-at-home mom that's looked down on. Or I mean, it was so precious. I loved it more than anything. It was so rewarding to me, and I'd do it all over again. I have no regrets. And I was fortunate enough to be a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, I had to do jobs on the side. I taught piano and I tutored at my kids' elementary school. But now I have the full-time obligation of providing myself because I don't have that support anymore with that income. I don't have a husband, and so it's fully on me. And but when I was a single mom, it was so incredibly challenging because not only did I have to go from being the full-time caregiver and nurturer of my family, but now I had to be the full-time provider to take care of myself. And I had health challenges, significant health challenges on top of that, and it made it extremely difficult. And you have the trauma of going through a divorce, if unless yours was amicable, which I'm so glad if it was. Mine was kind of traumatic, and especially because of my health challenges, and it's like, oh my word, how am I going to do this, and how am I going to survive? And I lived in daily survival every day. It was like PTSD and living in that fight or flight survival state for years, and I got locked into that because I felt like I was going to fall out of the sky and I was going to splatter on the ground at any moment, and I didn't know when that moment was going to be. And I still feel like that sometimes. My kids are all grown now and they're not in the home anymore, um, but it's very stressful, and it's you care so much about your children. You want to make sure they're okay, but you have to make sure you're okay and put your needs in there into the equation too, and not just your children. It's so hard for children to go through that, to go through this disintegration of the family and to not have that unit anymore. And they're trying to find their place. They're trying to figure out how to be a teenager, let alone go through losing their family home and losing, having both their parents there together. It can be extremely challenging. And I've watched my daughter go through the process of being a single mother, and it's so overwhelming. It's devastating because you have the trauma of, like I said, losing your partner, for whatever reason, and then trying to find yourself on your own, and then trying to be the primary caregiver as well as the provider, it can be so challenging and so stressful and overwhelming and traumatizing, to say the least. And so I am here to support you. I want to give you a voice. If that's something you were going through and that you are trying to find yourself in that struggle, you're trying to figure out how to take care of your child financially, and you're trying to figure out how to deal with that stress and that overwhelm and get out of that fight or flight state and heal your trauma and your PTSD. I've learned many things that have helped me, such as guided imagery, which is a form of meditation. Cranial sacral therapy helped me dramatically. Foot zoning, it helps release the trapped emotions that get stuck when you're in that trauma state. Those are all things that I found that helped me. So those are things I trained in so that I can help you. But most importantly, I didn't feel like I had a voice through all that, or I felt like I couldn't speak up because people would judge me, or they wouldn't believe me, or they would think I was in a victim mode if I tried to say what happened. But it really did happen. And you have every right to say what truthfully happened and be honest and open and raw and vulnerable. That's one thing about this podcast is I'm not going to be perfect at this. I'm not a tech savvy person, but I function from the heart. I'm a heartpreneur. I connect to people through my heart, and I am a very compassionate person, and I know how difficult it was going through a divorce and being a single mom, and so I want to help you through that if I can. And there are ways that I've learned to help me do that I think can help you. So, but most importantly, you need a voice. You need to be validated. You need to be able to say what you're going through without people judging you or condemning you or shaming you or guilting you or saying that you're a victim when you're just simply saying what happened to you and what your experience was. I want to give you that voice and that opportunity. I want you to be able to share as a single mom how you've been able to make it through, how you've been able to survive day to day and still be a good mom to your children, because I know that's so important to you. It's important to every mom. And I just want to give you that voice to share. So if you are a single mom or know someone who would love to share their experience and just talk about it openly and honestly. So this podcast, I'm not going to have the perfect backdrop. I'm not going to have, the perfect lighting, but I'm starting from the heart. At least I'm doing it. It's taken me 10 years to do this, and I thought I had to be perfect. And I actually tried to start doing Facebook Lives like 10 years ago, and somebody actually said to me, you need to be a little more professional. You need better lighting. You need this and that. And I thought, are you even listening to what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is coming from the heart. It's more important than what my lighting looks like. Sure, that's all important. But the most important thing to me is I want to give you a voice. And I want you to feel that you're being heard and believed and listened to. I want to give you that opportunity because I needed people to give me that opportunity. You need to be able to express through your voice and use your voice and voice what's happening to you so that you can let go of that trauma. You can feel like, it's a start in the right direction. It's a start on that pathway to healing if you're able to voice what you're going through and hear yourself say it out loud and be okay with that. Be okay with hearing yourself say it and allowing other people to hear it and being vulnerable, because your voice might help somebody else. What you're experiencing and how you get through that on a day-to-day basis and how you're surviving, that will help somebody else in their survival. I promise you. I promise you, your voice is needed. So I want to give you this opportunity. So if you are a single mother or know somebody who would like to be on my podcast, please reach out to me. I'm going to put my email down below in the comments. Reach out to me. I'm here. And I want to give you the opportunity to share. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye.